I'm going to hit go live. So take it whenever.
All right. And hello, everyone. Welcome to Wasatch High School. We're in the Nest on the Wasatch High School campus. This is the home of Wasatch Wasps boys basketball. Tonight, Region 9 action. The Wasps hosting the Salem Hills Skyhawks. Wasatch running in a little bit of a difficult string right now. They are 0-3 in the Region 9 and on an unfortunate 10-game losing streak. Looking to break that tonight against the Salem Hills Skyhawks. Skyhawks, on the other hand, enjoying a pretty good year, 11-7 overall and 4-1 in the Region 9. And the only team ahead of them is Springville at 4-1. So there's a three-way tie in the men's for the lead in the Region 9. And the Region 9 always tough. So Brent Martindale here with Corey Lang. Corey, the director of Sting TV. And Corey, what are we looking forward to this in this game tonight? Wasatch going to break their streak of 10 losses?
I asked the boys the same question earlier today. I have a few of them in. And the response that I got from them was, we're feeling good, but no promises.
Well,
and to me, that spoke a lot.
Yeah. A little bit of a
you're playing at home. You're playing in front of your fans and your crowd. You're playing for something, some pride sometimes. And they've competed in every single game.
Yeah.
They've played well, so they should be all right. We'll see. They've had some great starts. It's a matter of putting it all together into one game. I'd love to see them do that tonight.
Well, like you said, Corey, we're talking about a team with a lot of talent, a lot of youth, and well, that's what you're looking for. This is the second half of the season, and it's an opportunity to second half. You're trying to, just like you said.
So you went 0-5 in the first round of region. There's no reason in this region that you can't go 5-0 the second.
And it's a tough region, but for sure you're talking about, like you said, we're talking about talented guys.
Well, they've got size, height. They've got shooters, they have the athletes better than what their record shows. And I think they could be a really dangerous team if they could win 5 games, somehow sneak into the tournament.
Exactly.
They could be a sleeper team because they're a lot better than what their record says on paper.
Sometimes, having coached a lot of years, you and I, it's that breaking the streak that sometimes...
Yeah, it's just getting over that one win.
And momentum is huge in sports, so... All you're talking about is Salem Hills tonight needing to be, they need to really respect, and I'm sure they do. So Salem Hills is coached by Blake Frankham. Frankham in his 6th season, 63-53 is his win-loss record. James Falstead in his 3rd season, 14-28. Again, just toughing through this tough year. And here we go. It is time to play ball here in the Nest. Salem Hills.
Oh, great.
And right off.
Not how you want to start.
Giving up Zach Nelson.
Yeah, they got the exact play, the execution that they wanted out of that. Plus, you got to be a little sharper, smarter, play more fundamental, looking out for each other under there. You can't just let them go baseline uncontested.
Salem Hills. That basket good. Wasatch responding right away. Sam Lind, who has been the best scorer the last couple of games for Wasatch. That's going to hit the top of the backboard, and that will be Wasatch basketball.
Yeah, Sam has been so good at attacking the elbows and just a pull-up shooter over the top. That shot right there was the epitome of one of his biggest strengths.
Zach Nelson made that first bucket. He's averaging 11 points a game. But Corey, Salem Hills was one of the top scorers in Boys State in Chase DeGraffenried, averaging over 20 points a game. You just don't see that too often in high school. That's a big three-pointer. Miles Brown.
And that's what Miles brings. The last 3-4 games, he's been able to get minutes in, and he proved in those minutes that he should be on the floor, and that's why he's starting tonight. He's been deadly from 3.
Boy, and they weren't respecting him. They left him a pretty open shot there.
Surprised me. You can usually get away with a game or 2 of that. You get hot. But at this point, if you've scouted Wasatch, you know Miles can shoot the 3. That's what he does.
Jackson Nelson driving inside, couple of post moves. He's going to get fouled.
So either the player missed the assignment or scouting wasn't done on Miles. But yeah, this to put him in the line to get a couple easy looks.
Jackson Nelson listed at 6'7", and he looks it.
I say easy as he misses the first.
Nelson averaging 14 points, but almost 10 rebounds a game.
Very solid inside. Misses the second.
Misses both free throws. Wasatch quickly down here with the early lead, 5-2 here in the first couple of minutes of this game. Miles Brown, he's going to get called for the offensive foul. A little bit of...
Yeah, his strength is around the perimeter.
I'm a little surprised by that. I thought that was a little bit of a flop, but he definitely dropped the shoulder just a hair. And full court pressure.
Heads-up play from the Salem Hills defender there.
Just kind of a...
Yeah. The shoulder.
Yeah.
And sell on the play.
Sell it. You don't see that too often. Referees... There's inside once again. That is Chase de Graffenried.
Yeah, he came right down to the post and posted Sam up.
De Graffenried is listed at 6'3", and I'm telling you, I don't think he looks 6'3". I don't think he looks 6'3".
He doesn't look at me, but
I was thinking maybe 6 foot. But anyway, obviously he's a great scorer. Here, inside, that's Reese Dent's going to kick it out. 3-pointer, no good.
And you got to look for the player that you wanted.
Sam Lynn's going to fight that offensive board, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. So another opportunity for Wasatch.
Get another second chance here to get a bucket. They're up 5-4. If you could sometimes it's just winning each possession at a time.
Reese Dent with a 3-pointer off the front of the rim. And Salem Hills comes down with it. And here they come down quickly. Cross-court pass. This is going to be 22 Christian Snar. And quickly a foul. Boy, the crowd didn't like that too much.
No.
Christian Snar.
And understandably so.
Christian Snar at the line. He will shoot 2. Snar's averaging 8 points a game. So of their 4 starters, of their 5 starters, 4 of them averaging 8 points or more. And it shows their scores. They are always big scoring games against teams. Snar makes both, and that's the first lead of the night. There's down low a shot. No good, and here comes Salem Hills quickly down the floor. Zach Nelson sprinting down. That ball almost stolen by Dent. Here's a 3-point attempt by Humphreys. Good. And Humphreys a little cocky on the way down. The little bow and arrow insignia.
And letting everybody in the gym know.
Just like that.
Sharpshooter.
7-0 run. Shot this time good. This time by Connor Hendrickson. Wasatch breaking the 7-0 run by Salem Hills. 9-7. Salem Hills taking their first lead a moment ago. And down low this time once again. Jackson Nelson misses the first, gets his own. That is a 6'7" big body.
Yeah, and Miles does such a good job as I talk him up on the perimeter. He's going to struggle on that matchup if they're playing him in the post.
Gotcha.
That's where you're giving up with Lewis Hoffman and some of your other bigs that go down there and play so well. Miles has a big body.
Basket good. Ethan Moore.
But
that's his first, but boy, quickly down the floor, and that is just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Coach Ballstead happy about the basket, but not happy about the...
Too easy.
Yeah.
Too easy. Just get the ball behind you, and as we look at a couple of these plays here, that
last basket scored by Humphreys. Yeah, there's Nelson, kicks it out.
There's a swing to the corner.
And there's the 3-pointer by Humphreys. And then once again, how does this happen? I mean, he wasn't playing defense down there. It's almost like he was cherry picking.
He just gets behind all 5 defenders from Wasatch. That's an easy 2.
Wow. You know, I got to say, I remember the old Mormon Church Basketball League back when I was 14. I played with the 18-year-olds one time, and they told me to do that. And the other team shoots, just go down. We're going to pass it down to you. Checking into the game for Wasatch, Brady Peary and Will Santiago. Peary drives to the middle and gets his first bucket of the night.
And he had a fantastic JV game earlier tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Hit 7 threes in that JV game. So
Peary, a sophomore.
Him coming in with 3 minutes to go in the first kind of surprised me as well as he played the JV game. Boy, I would put him in really quick and test that heat. And special happy birthday to Will Santiago, number 3 here with the ball. It's his birthday today.
Will Santiago, part of the Sting TV crew also, right?
Helping me out every day.
They're singing happy birthday to him, the crowd. Reese Dent. No, that's not Reese Dent. Sorry, that's another sub in. That's JJ Sari.
Yeah, we almost for the whole.
Sari looked like he was going to.
Completely new lineup.
Yeah, that's going to be, do they call the offensive charge?
Yes, he lowered and extended that arm.
On Hendrickson, I believe. That was Hendrickson. So Hendrickson was the high scorer the other night in a tough loss.
As you see him
in
get
overtime. Yeah, just a little shoulder right there.
There's the extension.
But again, I got to say, Salem Hill,
they sell it
flopping a little bit. Anyway.
If you don't put your arm up there and extend it, they can't make that call. Yeah,
Lewis Hoffman is going to block the shot of DeGraffenried, and Wasatch is going to end up with it.
That's what Hoffman brings. He's not going to bring the range that Miles does on the perimeter, but boy, he is going to be a contender in the paint.
Lewis Hoffman immediately making a presence, checking in for Wasatch's Caleb Smith, the sophomore. Sorry, junior. Wasatch doing their job, staying within a bucket of Salem Hills, getting their stops. There's Peary, gets his own rebound, puts it back up. No, there's Hoffman with the offensive board and the bucket. 2 offensive rebounds there for Wasatch.
That'll make it 13-13 with 2:25 on the clock. Sorry, our scoreboard, they've been having troubles in the girls' game as well, is not getting the updates.
Christian Snar getting the basket with Hoffman in his face, still got it over him. 15-13. Will Santiago with a long 3 off the backboard. Well, it was Hoffman with the spin move. Almost got it in. No good. And here it comes quickly down the floor of the Skyhawks. DeGraffenried. Boy, Peary right in his face. DeGraffenried still takes the 3-pointer. Good. Holy cow. That's going to be tough to defend. That was a little Donovan Mitchell step back 3. Boy, and that looked very easy. Sari with a 3-pointer off the back iron, no good. And Ryan Baker rips down the rebound. Here comes once again Graffenried, not hesitating, shooting that. Almost got that one. Lewis Hoffman got the quick pass from Peary, no good. Will Santiago tears down the offensive board, and
getting a little physical down low in the paint.
So Salem will end up with it looks like there was a foul charged. That's going to be given to Lewis Hoffman on the rebound, and so that'll be his first. So letting you know the scoreboard obviously having some technical difficulties. It is 18-13 for Salem Hills. Salem Hills, there's driving down the lane, and Zach Nelson trying to dunk it, but did just enough to keep it in. I thought he'd get the foul part 2, but he didn't. So that is going to be the ball thrown out of bounds. Wasatch, so a turnover. 56 seconds left here in the first quarter. Wasatch just a minute and a half ago was only trailing 11-13. And since then, it's been a 7-2 run for Salem Hills. Boy, DeGraffenried looked like he was going to take the 3, tried to get it down low. It was stolen by Ethan Moore. And here comes Wasatch with an opportunity to score. Three-pointer by Moore off the back iron, but J.J. Siri almost got the rebound, but here comes Salem Hills. 30 seconds left. Wide open view. This time, that ball. Thought it might be blocked, but they're going to give the foul.
I thought Sam had got back there. Sam Lind for that. He definitely had a hand on the ball. He looks just as surprised.
Yeah, Sam's.
We'll see if we can take a look at that after this shot.
Sam's thinking I had mostly the leather, at least. Here's the replay. That Snar did it. It looked like it was just going to be enough to get that possibly.
Yeah, the baseline ref right there in front of it did not. Call it. It was the other ref up.
Snar hits both free throws.
And a late whistle at that.
No, sorry, he missed the first free throw. No, he got both free throws, yeah. 25 seconds left. Wasatch hasn't scored in the last minute and a half. J.J. Siri is double teamed, and it gets away. So here comes Salem once again, down with the cherry pick. I don't think it's a cherry pick. I think
beating them back.
They just hustle back.
Yeah.
They just sprint down. That's the Graffin read. 10 seconds left. Wasatch needs to get down quickly if they want it. They're not coming quickly. 6 seconds, 5 seconds left. Down to 3 seconds, and it's almost stolen. And the clock goes, and out a shot. Wasatch does not get a shot off. So, going into the second quarter, after the first quarter, it is Salem Hills 22, Wasatch 13. So, that scoring, again, with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Wasatch, 2.5 minutes. Wasatch was only down 11-13. But from that point on, it was a 9-2 run for Salem Hills, Corey. That's the type of thing that good teams do.
Yeah, and
close out well.
This is one of the reasons why Wasatch is struggling is giving up big run, a lot of points to teams, right? I believe of all the teams in the region, they have given up the most points after the first 5 games of all scored against, right? So they got to find some defense. They've got to find a lineup, some matchup, some way to get some stops out of this. They've got the length and they've got the athletes. Just got to find a way to muster up some defense out of them and hold them.
DeGraff leading Salem Hills with 7 points.
But we've seen Wasatch put up 22, 25 in a quarter, and they're capable of it. So if they can get a defensive scheme together that can get some stops, the offense.
Some type of problem with a substitution, I believe, there for Wasatch. I'm not sure how that can happen in the second.
He's got to check in the table before.
So they're just saying that maybe he did check in. Okay.
It's kind of like breaking the huddle with too many guys.
Wasatch, first possession, they get it down to Hoffman. Hoffman got it to Sari, and it just could not keep a handle of that. So Salem Hills come down once again, and they turn it over.
Hoffman created that.
Hoffman sprinting down.
Because he is not letting him get
tried to get it to him.
Position and taking him clear up to the top of the key, making him uncomfortable.
3-point attempt this time off the mark by Hanson. Here's a 3-point attempt by DeGraff. His is no good, and that's going to bounce out of bounds. Boy, a couple of good looks.
Yeah, a couple of really good looks from some really good shooters.
And that is exactly what...
but it counts as a stop. So
sorry,
you get out of a possession here. And
Ballstead was talking to the freshman, Sari. There's a cross-court pass to Lind. He's going to take a long 3-pointer. Good! Sam Lind. NBA extension, almost. Here comes quickly down the court, Salem Hills. Jackson Nelson way up at the top. DeGraffenried being guarded well by Lind. They get it down into Jackson Nelson. It's going to be a foul before the shot.
I want to point out that last play by Wasatch.
Look at that foul count.
Of how well they're playing a 2-3 zone. The ball never touches the floor. It's a pass to the skip. which leads to the 3. And that's how you beat a zone. You beat it with passing and then just knocking down your shots.
Look at the foul count.
Yeah, we're looking at 7 fouls by Wasatch to 0 on Salem Hill.
That's crazy.
So, with that, refs say they don't notice, they don't look at it, but they absolutely do. And so you've got to now change your game plan to take advantage of them wanting
to. Try to somehow, yeah.
You've got to be attacking the rim, and they will call it.
Okay. And there's Ethan Moore. He's going to tie. He's going to get the foul. Just like you said, Corey.
By the end of the quarter here, you watch, we'll have an even count.
Ethan Moore with the drive. Did not make the basket, but he'll have 2 free throws. Wasatch staying within reach. That's all you can do at this point against a really tough team like Salem Hills.
And 5 points is good. That's plenty within range.
Moore hits the first free throw, but misses the second. And so the lead is 5. Wasatch giving a little full court man pressure is all it is. It's not like a press, but Salem Hills just really athletic. Almost a steal down low off of DeGraffenried. Snar drives back to DeGraffenried. They get it down. That's a turnover. Pass was too high for Jackson Nelson, and here comes Wasatch desperately needing a score. Will Santiago gave the look. Too bad he couldn't get the shot off because he got fouled. That'll be just the second team foul for Salem Hills. Wasatch with Reese Dent on the floor while Lewis Hoffman takes a break. Looks like they're trying to get it into Dent. Dent's going to be over the corner. Wasatch has a full reset shot clock. Neither team has been affected in any way by the shot clock so far in this first half. And they're going to call a travel on Sam Lind. It looked like Sam might have had his foot okay, but still that much spinning and turning sometimes.
I mean, he was keeping his dribble throughout.
Yeah, seemed like it. So Salem Hills with a 5-point lead. He's gonna get a travel call. That's DeGraffenried. DeGraffenried's looking at him like,
that's the equalizer call. Well, we'll make it up on this end.
He's like,
now it's a wash.
Nobody calls that on me. Wasatch with an opportunity here to cut down that lead after the turnover by Salem Hills.
Yeah, you get a bucket here and you're down 1 possession.
Moore looking, finds Hendrickson. Hendrickson looked like he was going to take that little free throw. Boy, that was open. That's Reese. Kicks out to Santiago. Santiago takes the 20-foot jumper. Good! 2-pointer. Once again, like Corey said, brings it to within 3 of Salem Hills. Looking to get it into DeGraffenried. Boy, he's been in there a long time. And the 3-pointer, no good. Santiago fights for the rebound. He's all over the place. And Wasatch is going to get the foul called against them on Jackson Nelson. Nelson, not happy. I don't know if they gave it to Nelson or not. Yep, they did. That's Nelson's first foul. Wasatch down 3 here in second quarter. 4:45 left here in the second quarter. Ethan Moore bringing the...
Yeah, Salem has shown a couple different looks defensively. Just trying to keep Wasatch on their toes.
Boy, it looked like they're trying to get it down to Dent. They do. They get it down here. He's double teamed immediately. He's going to go up against Nelson. And he gets the shot off, but there's Moore with the offensive board. And wide open little 4-footer. And just like that, that lead is down to 1. Wasatch doing what they want to do. Just stay close. and prove that they feel like they belong in this gym with Salem Hills. 3-pointer by DeGraff and Reed. Wow.
That's the first bucket in the 4 minutes of the fourth quarter or second quarter. So we talked about defenses. You got to get stops. They held them to 3 so far in 4 minutes.
That is a good point. That is Salem Hills, like Corey said, first score in 4 minutes, 15 seconds. Peary kicks it out to Dent. Peary with the 3-pointer, no good. And Salem Hills comes down with it, and quickly they're down the floor. They don't mind if they're 2 on 3. They're still going to.
Yeah, now you can't let them get a run here and get some confidence back. You want to keep
DeGraff and Reed once again. Holy cow. That is 2 3-pointers with someone in his face both times. And he's well 4 feet beyond the 3-point. That's easy college 3-pointer, if not further. So DeGraff and Reed showing why he averages over 20 points a game. Here's Wasatch, some replays on that.
That's that ball movement we saw earlier.
Talk about 4 feet out. That 3-pointer.
Another great shot here. The little step back by Will. Going off his back leg, and then
I like seeing
that 3.
Yeah, that is just out there.
Not much you could do as a defender.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, he's in his face.
He's weak side. You're aware of him. You could decent closeout. Sometimes a player just makes a better play.
You know, really good 3-point shooters, don't mind this.
No.
They don't care if the hand is in the face. They don't look at it. They don't see it. Yeah, you're right. That's
They're
just
so
ice.
focused on that rim and the goal that the distraction in their face is there.
That is killing me. That smells so good. Wow. Someone just came and sat by me with, is that Costa Vida? Wow.
It is.
Oh, man.
I think Kevin Winslow with Winslow Photography has just brought Costa Vida, but not for us. Just wants to come and eat it in front of us.
Costa Vida just got a free promo. They should give me something. Wasatch down 7 after being down 1. The 2 3-pointers by DeGraff and Reed quickly changed the outlook of this game. Oh, that's going to be a jump ball. That was all ball. And it just held it. And I guess that's how it works, right? Just if it stops motion and nothing happens.
But I like that take by Brady. That's a great aggressive take. You did so well the first 4 minutes of this quarter at holding them, and then you've gone cold and they've gone on a run. And you got to find some offense in this possession.
Moore back in the game. Sorry, Miles Brown back in the game.
And we know he can shoot.
Ethan Moore back to Lind.
Yeah, he's got to guard him all the way out. Lind is not afraid.
Dent's going to take the 3-pointer. He got it off. No, they're going to say he didn't get it off.
Great defensive possession by Salem. You held him out, tested everything, and then you let the one man you want, deep 3, let him have that shot at the buzzer.
How does that rule work? As long as you get the ball out of your hand, you're fine? It doesn't have to hit the rim before the buzzer. Okay.
Just released.
Almost a steal by Brown and almost a steal by
Moore.
Wasatch showing the hustle on defense. Down 7 with 2:29 left here in the first half.
There's
Reese Dent gets the steal. He's going to go to the basket, and he is tripped up quickly. They don't even let him get the shot off. Smart play, because they only have 3 team fouls. So the foul looks like it was given to, I don't know who they gave it to. They haven't showed it up on the board yet. So Reese Dent's going to take that 3. It's off the mark and rebound.
But again, of all the shooters you got on the floor,
that's
nothing against Reese, but he's probably the 5th one that I want taking the shot out of those 5.
Steal by Miles Brown gives opportunity once again to Wasatch.
Now
they
this
get it
is
down to Reese Dent. Dent kicks it out. 3-pointer by Lind just off the front rim. But more. Oh, Miles Brown flying out of nowhere in the air, gets the put back. That was a beautiful put back. Salem trying to call a timeout. Everybody in the gym could see it, but none of the referees. could see. So timeout by Salem Hills. Sorry, that was a beautiful play, and I couldn't hardly get it out of my mouth. There's the three-pointer. And Miles Brown. Oh!
Gucci Goose.
That's all right. Anytime Gucci Goo wants to be on the screen, we'll give it to him.
But yeah, what a putback by Miles Brown. Just anticipating, timing that just right to get that putback. And that's what they needed. They needed a little bit of offense.
That is what you practice, right? Doing the putbacks, the rebound putbacks. So here at the timeout, Salem Hills nursing a 5-point lead over a motivated Wasatch Wasps.
Yeah, they came out hot that first quarter, putting up 22 points in the first quarter. Wasatch just held them to 6, but the 6 has come at such a crucial time. After Wasatch taking the lead, they've shut Wasatch down, created a little run, and they're up 28-23. So,
that's got to be what Coach Ballstead's saying. Hey, we really clamped them down. It's just a graph and read, hit a couple of threes, but what do? Do you just let him try to do his thing and guard everybody else?
Right?
Or just the opposite? Okay.
They've actually got a couple guys, a couple tools, inside, outside.
Yeah.
But you can't leave shooters. You can't give them even a breath of air open. And that's what Wasatch's done. Looks like they're coming out in a zone look this second out of the timeout and creates some confusion and results in a turnover.
Quickly a turnover. That just looked like Salem not moving as much as they were earlier. Nobody getting open.
Well, and Wasatch looks very confused. Maybe that's part of the plan.
Maybe. So, DeGraff and Reed, the only points for Salem Hills here in this second quarter with only 1:20 left. 2 3-pointers. Hendrickson's going to do the spin move. No, it doesn't fall. Nelson rips down the rebound.
And they tried that the other night in a game, and they went to it, trying to get Connor posting up in there. It never worked. And obviously, Coach Ballstead sees something with matchups with getting Connor down in the post.
Graffenried takes a little hit. He was well guarded, but got his own rebound off the missed shot. And there's Hendrickson way out on DeGraffenried. Hendrickson almost gets the turnover.
See, now they're back to a man matchup.
And this time, Christian Snar kicks it out. That's Colby Dykes in the game for the first time that I think I've seen. I may be wrong. DeGraffenried's going to drive down the right side of the lane. Boy, gets it. I'll tell you what, he doesn't look 6'3", but boy, when he drives and shoots, he does. He jumps well, and he is just athletic.
And we talked about it in the girls' game with Feely. It's just so nice to have a player that when things break down, they can put the team on the back, and they just go create something and make it. And
Lewis Hoffman. Yeah, kind of James Harden-like. I don't know why he's... And that's all I can really compare it to, because that's all I know. But he just seems like he can, if nothing's open and the guys aren't moving, he's just going to go figure out a way. That pass down low to Lewis Hoffman. Hoffman quickly got up, made the shot, got fouled, misses the first free throw.
Remember we talked about it was 7-0 in fouls earlier. That gap is closing, right? It's 7-5.
It's funny how that happens.
Well, that's where Wasatch needed to be just aggressive and taking at it, knowing that the refs are going to call it tighter on Salem Hills for that last 4. If you can lead to free throws out of it.
Hoffman hits the second, and Hoffman will come out of the game. I believe that is Hoffman's 3rd point of the game. 4 seconds, 5 seconds shot, no good.
A lot of time was on
I
that clock when he
believe
shot
that they should be putting time back on the clock.
Okay, it ran for another 2
won't,
seconds.
though. They're not going to. That ball clearly bounced where there was well over 2 seconds left, and so no good. Halftime, Wasatch keeps it within 6. 30-24. Wasatch actually winning that quarter, 9-8. So,
and if they could have just done a little stronger that last 4 minutes, they only put up 3 points.
Yep.
And I mean, a successful quarter. You won the quarter, and then sometimes that's what you want to do is just win possessions, win quarters, and then you start to stack those together. And next thing you know, at the end of the game, clock's out, you're up. It's that easy, right? But you can't. You've got to find that, keep that offense, and keep that. When you've got to expect those runs to come, and you've got to do your best to weather the run and match it offense with offense sometimes.
So halftime score: Salem Hills 30, Wasatch 24. We thank you for joining us here on Sting TV. We're going to come back in a little bit. We'll let you watch the drill team, and we'll have some comments right before the start of the second half. Thanks for joining us here on Sting TV. Hey, coach. Congratulations.
But I've seen it now a couple games where teams are catching on it. It's the full team every single time. And I'll sit there watching like, they need that. And I look over and I'll see the call. And I'm like, you knew it. Yeah. I like it. We'll think about the game. Biggest thing I ever done. But I pick it up with mouth. I don't know. In the football game, this vision, they started to adjust and they were rushing 2 and 3 defenders over the help. And we can get stiff. Oh man. There are a lot of good things going on. I know I saw that over there. How fast can we get past it?
Does it seem like we were having some second I didn't know if we were getting that's why they so yeah, but they're doing the wrestling division. I'm not sure. Now there was some muffled problems, I guess, earlier in the weekend. So okay, whatever's happening, I guess it sounds okay. All right. Well, thank you. All right, you get to talk to me.
Jump on?
If you want to.
You got a third quarter?
So let's do it right before
second half.
I don't think I'm good enough to
as long as you want to do it, we'll talk to you right before, maybe let's do at least a minute before third quarter, is that okay? Or longer if you want, whatever you want.
As long as you want.
We'll talk to you about your game. I'd like at least, I don't know if anybody will listen. I want people to hear you. So, sometimes during the half, so anyway, let's just, if you can, go do what you want to do for a couple minutes, and then about a minute left at least. Do you have, is it this one?
We can put it on mine.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I want you to be able to talk to her.
We could try to get that one to work again, but it wasn't. Whatever happened last. Obviously, I haven't seen every game, but obviously, best games of all the time. Always. Wow, he's better on the intermission. Always leads to the intermission. That's what you want, but she looks.
Yeah. Yeah, she's scooped up.
That's nice because Alright, well let's get you hooked up here. So let's have you sit here. You might slide us out, but I might pull this in. I'm just trying to stay alive and take care of my people. And they don't have much more.
I can take that.
And they don't have no more for that. Don't come with trucks. They know how it's going.
All right. Well, welcome back here to the second half of the boys' game here at Wasatch. Halftime score, Salem Hills 30 and Wasatch 24. But right now, we have an opportunity to talk with head coach of the girls' team, Audrey Hull. We have Coach Audrey Hull here. Thank you so much for taking a minute. Can you hear me okay?
Thanks for having me, yes.
And congratulations tonight. The girls' game earlier, if you missed it, the girls' big winners over Salem Hills, 60-52. And Coach, great momentum. 3 wins in a row in the region. You guys are 4-2 now, sorry. And I asked you a minute ago, are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. You always feel good after the win. It was a dog fight, but my girls are always up for a fight. So I'm glad they're that type of players. They fight and scrap and able to pull off the win.
You know, a lot of fighting and scrapping, and that's always been, a quality of you guys. And sometimes overboard, you get a few fouls here and there, but Salem Hills pretty scrappy.
Yes, they are.
So
Our whole region is pretty scrappy. I mean, we have a tough region.
Yeah. Now, tell us a little bit here before the boys start. We'll let you keep talking for sure. But, Ashley Garner, 22 points. She's usually your leader. But talk a little bit about Katie Perry, 17 points tonight. And I don't have the final free throw stats, but she had to be 80% free throws. Coach Hull's looking up stats quickly. Jackson Nelson of Salem Hills boys quickly gets his shot off in less than 10 seconds, and he gets fouled. Nelson was super, super athletic and aggressive, but that right there was only his third point of the night. That's got to be a high point for Wasatch when they went into the locker room. Nelson misses a second, but there's an offensive board by Zach Nelson, and he is fouled quickly. So immediately, in less than 10 seconds, Wasatch has already had 2 fouls called at him. Yeah, Katie Perry, Coach Hull.
She went 4 for 6, and she made some crucial free throws right at the end of the game when the team was trying to get back in it and foul us, see if they could get us to miss some free throws. It's kind of been hard for us free throws, but the kids have been stepping up and doing a really good job at the line.
Katie Perry, last count I had was 3 3-pointers. I want to say all in the first half. Anyway, and again, while you're looking that up, another player that is always solid, Kenna Garner. She's the quiet Garner sister, I would think was an easy way to describe that, right? 8 points and tough defense and rebounds.
Well, Kenna can be our silent killer, too, because she's got a great outside shot.
Talk about silent killer. That's DeGraffenried once again, 3-pointer. He's already at 18 points, and he only averages a little over 20. So, and there's a steal almost, but Wasatch ends up with it. Coach Hull, and we'll see that shot
nice
there by Ethan Moore. First bucket of the half for Wasatch. Quickly, the lead got to 10, and that brings it down 5. Open 3-pointer, another 3-pointer make. That time, Christian Snar. And it looks like Coach Ballstead is going to call a full timeout. That bucket makes it an 11-point lead. And just like that, boy, it happens fast sometimes, doesn't it?
It happens fast. And if they get hot at the 3, you've got to regroup, get your players dialing in on those shooters, and try to make a stop out there.
So, Audrey, talking about your game, what was the game plan and what went right for you guys on game plans? Because not everything goes right every time, right?
Right.
I mean, to me, it looked like you had to adjust a little bit on some things that Salem Hills was doing.
Right. We did have to adjust a little bit defensively in our half-court set, and we were able to do a little bit of half-court press and add pressure to their guards at times and at moments, and we're able to get a few buckets off of that. But we knew they were going to be real scrappy, and we knew we needed to box them out, that they were going to fly for rebounds, and we struggled with that a little bit in the first quarter and did a better job the rest of the game.
You had defeated them previously back on January 13th.
It was a close game.
Yeah, close game there, and you knew they were going to come out for a little
revenge.
Yeah. Quickly, Salem Hills comes out. There's a 3-pointer, no good by Lind. And
wow,
boy,
they transition fast.
How many times has that happened? This is the third time at least that somehow Salem Hills has a man down under the basket.
It's almost like a cherry pick.
It is. It's like a cherry pick. That's what we were talking about earlier. And that's DeGraffenried again. DeGraffenried, 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes into the
collision.
Boy, they're going to call that on Moore. Wow. They're going to call that on Ethan Moore, offensive foul. Boy, nothing falling right for the Wasps.
I don't really love that call.
I'm not sure of that. We may see a replay on that, but maybe here in a moment when there's a dead ball, we can see that replay. But In either case, right now, Salem Hills in control. A 13-point lead. DeGraffenried way downtown. Misses far left. And there's Moore. He's going to take a three-pointer. Good! Ethan Moore breaks the drought. That brings the lead back to 10. But, boy, once again, Salem Hills. Boy, the girls did this, didn't they? They sprinted down. That's Zach Nelson. Nelson has 6 points tonight. And the lead back to 12.
This is one of the better transition teams I've seen.
That is really interesting that you say that. That is, it's not something you see common like that.
Look, they're already leaking one. There
and
they go.
And that's going to be Ryan Humphreys. And you saw it.
I saw it. As soon as the shot went up, he started leaking down the court. Yep. And they were eyeballing. So Wasatch needs to get whole guard, maybe two whole guards back to help slow down the transition.
Once again, Wasatch 5 fouls. Salem Hills done last half. It was 7-0, but then it quickly changes, and so first free throw made by Humphreys. Humphreys has 4 points tonight.
We played Morgan, and they were a really good transition team, and so we had to, on a rebound, try to D-up the rebounder to slow it down a little bit. Wow. Whoever was close to the rebounder, just try to help out for a few seconds.
Wasatch drive. That's Lewis Hoffman.
Pretty move.
Big spin move at the post. Gets the bucket. Hoffman, I want to say that's his 5 points for Hoffman tonight. Wasatch needs a little more of that. That time the drive cut off. Salem Hills wanting to drive. It just looked like, and maybe Audrey with the girls, it was like drive and make the bucket or get fouled. Just seemed to be there's another three-pointer.
Wow.
And that's Christian Schnarr. Schnarr's hot this half. That's already 12 points for Schnarr in this game. And just like that, the lead is now 15. Three-pointer by Lynn, no good. Dent rebound. Is going to get the offensive board. And here comes, once again, Salem Hill. That's DeGraffenried is going to get fouled.
Even on the rebound, they're quick outlet.
Yeah, that's crazy. Very, very athletic team racing. That's 6 fouls to none now here. Wasatch, 6 fouls. That bucket by Dent. He had to fight, get that offensive board. And so Audrey, talking about your game again, for those just listening, we're talking with Audrey Hull, the coach of the girls team. And they had a big win tonight, another three-pointer. This time, Caden Hansen. That's 5 different players with three-pointers tonight for
we can't get a word in
Salem Hills.
It's so fast up and down the court.
The girls earlier with a big win, 60-52. And that shot good that time by Sam Lynn. So the win over Salem, looking at the things, what we were talking about early on is Salem was getting lots of offensive boards and second chances.
Boards. Yes.
And so what was it you talked about? Just pointing it out and things you already work on and they just weren't doing? Or
we've struggled with that this whole season, so we've really tried to dial in on boxing out more in practices and doing different drills for that. And so I just had to fuss at them a little bit. Hey, we got to do this. We want this game. We got to be able to put some bodies on.
Well, and that changed the game, right? It was like that emphasis because no longer were they getting the second chances. And
right.
There's a strong post move once again. That's Jackson Nelson. Earlier, a moment ago, that was Zach Nelson got hurt. There's a big drive that time. Oh, no good. Barry DePury looked like he had the look open. And that'll be a quick foul on Lewis Hoffman. So while it slowed down a little bit here, so what other players do you want to recognize that did well with your team tonight?
Well, I mean, they really all did a great job. Like you mentioned, Kay Perry had a fantastic game. She's had to step into the role of backup point guard with Cicely injured, so she's been doing a great job there and really had some confident threes that really helped us out this game. So she did a great job. Ashley, of course, always a beast.
Who for you? Sorry.
Ashley's always a beast.
Ashley, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
the one we talked about earlier, just a little bit.
Reagan came in. Reagan Price, she came in and as a sub, and she's had an injury on her hand and has struggled a little bit, and she played fantastic defense. Got some steals, helped us out for quite a while, because we did have a moment where we had a couple of injuries going.
Yeah, right. Well, we talked about Price. I mean, she's a sophomore, right?
Correct.
And, you guys have some youth. And I hate to say it, but you're going to see that Salem Hills team a lot, because they were all young.
Yes.
Had a couple of seniors playing, but, boy, there were a lot of juniors and sophomores.
We're going to have some dogfights.
Yeah, you're going to – I think it's safe to say maybe this is a little bit of a rivalry. Has it ever been that way, or has there been anybody else?
Not to my knowledge. Like, I'm from the old school. I have some old school rivals, but I guess every game's a rivalry. Oh, nice block there.
Wow. I think everybody kind of expected that to be a goaltend, but Barry drives, just off the back middle iron. Hoffman is the one that got that block, and I think great ball movement. Once again.
Oh, we got transition here, baby.
3-on-2. Here comes Brown. Just in and out. Boy, nothing falling right now for Wasatch boys.
That's so frustrating.
Yeah, that is just very unfortunate, because they're making the again, another defensive stop.
Great defense.
And here's numbers again. 2-on-2. Here's Will Santiago with a three-pointer. Good! That, again, breaks a drought. Wasatch desperately needing a couple more stops and a couple more points. So, Audrey, watching this Salem Hills boys, boy, there's a stop that we needed.
I love them trying to transition back, but I tell you, as a coach, it's frustrating when you make a great defensive play and turn it right back over.
Right.
But we are in a position we need points fast, so we got to push it.
I thought they were going to call a timeout there, but this is Zach Nelson limping back into the game. He most definitely had a little, I think it was his ankle. The trainer just been working on him over on the side, and he's back in the game. So out of the game is Jackson Nelson. He comes out. Wasatch again got another stop, needing another score to slowly cut this lead back down. 15-point lead. The biggest lead of the night has been 17. Santiago with a three-pointer just a minute ago. Not sure what that call was.
I think it was underneath, maybe a hold.
Okay. Foul charge to Ryan Baker. On the other, there's Lewis Hoffman, three-pointer, good. Hoffman, give it to me, coach. The three-pointer.
Yep, give him the rock.
Coach Hall, I have to ask you a couple times, Kenna Garner, there's a little overplay. Oh, and that time Ryan Baker got away from his defender. Looked like it was going to be an easy layup. Instead, it was just a contested layup. Santiago came in, tried to make the stop, but boy, Baker muscled that in, and he will shoot for the three-point play. And good, boy. Top to bottom, this Salem Hills team, they are looking strong.
Yeah,
they have depth. And, you know, different than you guys and the girls, Salem Hills, they have a lot of seniors contributing.
Correct.
This year. It's almost like this is our year or nothing. So the Salem Hills boys ranked 11th in the RPI There's a three-point attempt, no good. Santiago saves. And there, once again, how does this happen? I just can't understand it. Amazing. That's just, this time it was Caden Hansen cherry picking down, but it's not like it's cherry picking. The shot would be good if it made it, but no good.
They just sprint down. I mean, as soon as the shot goes up, they have one man that sprints. They look to hit them on the run and look to beat us back.
Boy, and it has worked. And it's not only, I mean, it's a well done play, but boy, it's demoralizing, isn't it? It's like tough to take.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, the three at the end of 3 quarters, 58-41 is the 17-point lead now for Salem Hills. And we're here talking with Audrey Hull. We'll talk about the boys here in a minute.
Is the foul count right?
8-1? 8-1. This is what it was the first half. Also, it was 7-0. And then, you know, it just evened out. Corey says it'll even out.
It is not evening out.
Right now. So, Audrey Hull, let's talk about your situation now in the region. You guys are 4-2. There were 4 teams tied, it looked like, at one point. So now, obviously, this makes different numbers. I haven't looked to see the other games yet. I'm sure those will have been reported eventually. But so what's the plan here for the rest of the region? You have some home games still.
Well, we're just trying to, our motto is the Kaizen, try to get better every day and improve every day and be a great teammate. And so we're just going to try to keep going strong and try to keep improving and finish on a high note, and then see what we can do once state comes along.
And state, we're looking at just 3 weeks away.
Yeah, it's coming fast.
In fact, I think it's 2.5 weeks. Well, yeah, I think it's just 2.5 weeks. We'll know in a couple of weeks. You guys, oh, wow, no call there. Hoffman, great move. And that's Hendrickson. No call on Hoffman, but Hendrickson didn't hesitate. Got the rebound and the putback. Yeah, the RPI's out this week. You guys are at, I believe it was 12 in the RPI. And that's in good shape. You want to host that first round, right? That's is that one of the goals?
That's a goal. Sometimes RPI, I mean, you just got to be ready to play no matter where you are in the RPI, because different teams, it's all about matchup and being ready to play and being at the peak of your season. So,
well, and your RPI is strong. Obviously, you played a lot of tough teams in the preseason, and
I think, like, we just have to have the mentality. It doesn't matter who we play. We're gonna play our hardest and do our best to win. And we believe we have a great team, and we're hoping that we show that we're actually better than a 12 RPI.
So, that's Jackson Nelson hits both free throws. There's a three-pointer this time, right down the pipe. Miles Brown. This is what Wasatch needs, the lead back to 13, 14. It looks like. And maybe quickly, maybe an injury report. We know Sicily was expected to be out at least a couple. Wow, DeGraffenried just is feisty inside. Got his own board off the miss.
They're in a double bonus now.
Unbelievable. 10 fouls to 1. Wasatch with 10 fouls. And Salem only with 1 here in the second half. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that. 2 minutes, 2.5, 3 minutes into the fourth quarter, 10-1.
I don't think any coach would be too happy with that type of foul count.
Unbelievable. Well, injury report. So we saw Ashley Garner come out, had to get her finger taped, and Kenna Garner, shoulder. Any news, any updates that you have for us?
We're hoping we'll have Sis back next week.
Who?
Sicily.
Sicily, okay.
Yep. And
Mark.
then everybody else, I mean, it's kind of the end of the season. You're going to have injuries. You're going to play through a little bit. But my girls are tough. Like, they play through injuries if it's not something that would hurt them in the future.
Another foul on Wasatch. They stop counting after 10. There's Hendrickson gets the steal. He's going to get tripped from behind. There's a foul. And so the next up, I was just looking at your schedule, Provo, and that'll be a home game.
Yes.
And that is Tuesday night, correct? So Wasatch girls, you heard it from Audrey Hull, just the goal to host the first round. That's a pretty good goal, I think, of this team, then to go on and cause a lot of damage in the state tournaments.
That's what we're hoping.
That shot by Hendrickson in and out. And boy, the lid on the basket for Wasatch a little bit at the moment. So we're going to have a full timeout. Full timeout on Salem Hills. So Audrey Hull.
Thanks for having me on. And boys are in a dog fight and hoping they can turn this back around, and maybe we'll get some fouls and get to shoot some free throws.
Well, Audrey Hull, again, the winners tonight, 60-52 over Salem Hills. And we thank you for taking a few minutes with us. Thanks very much, and good luck.
Thanks for having me, and go Wasatch.
All right, Audrey Hull, thank you so much. We'll, again, see them here Tuesday night, another home game against Provo High School. And so we're going to take a break here. Timeout. Wasatch down 62-46. We'll be right back after this.
Thanks. Yeah, hopefully I didn't mess up.
What's that?
Hopefully I don't mess up.
Not at all. Not at all. And welcome back, everybody, to Sting TV. This is Wasatch High School basketball. The Wasps hosting the Salem Hills Skyhawks here in the nest tonight. Wasatch 0-5 in region play. 0-4 region play. The Skyhawks 4-1 and tied for first. In fact, the Skyhawks in the RPI rankings, they may be tied in Region 1 with their record with Springville, but they're actually ranked above Springville in the RPI. There's another beautiful play and pass down low for Salem Hills. That's Jackson Nelson. Once again, Ethan Moore drives. Again, the lid just on the basket for Wasatch. Boy, they're just getting opportunities, but just can't let that basket fall in. The lead is 18 now for Salem Hills, the largest lead of the night. Wasatch just needs a play here and there. There's a shot no good by Lind, and the rebound easily brought down by Salem Hills. Shot by Salem Hills again, a three-pointer. That's DeGraffenried. DeGraffenried will strengthen his point per game average, 25 points tonight. Normally a 20-point a game, and it's DeGraffenried. It's not like he's uncontested. It's, boy, somebody in his face, and he just is able to get that off and get the bucket. So Wasatch shot clock down to 10. There's Lind in and out. Boy, nothing falling at the moment. There's another steal. Wasatch trying their best to do their defensive end. There's Lind again, this time good. Boy, that's a little bit of the Salem Hills strategy. Corey back with us here after letting Audrey talk to us. Corey Lang, that was Salem Hill strategy, right? Run down and try to get a layup or get fouled.
They just beat you back. Their transition. And it's not like they're sending somebody like you said earlier about cherry pick, just go. They just turn and you see the rebound and we'll start looking
and
up.
He immediately looks, yes.
And they run the lanes well.
Yeah. And then they shoot three-pointers. I think we said 5 different guys hit a three-pointer. DeGraff and Reed's hit 5, I think, himself.
And contested, too.
There's another three-pointer, this time no good. Wasatch comes down. There is just under 4 minutes left in this game. Lind is going to take that three-pointer, no good. Rebound ripped down by Nelson of Salem Hills.
Oh, he's going to get the offensive on that. Will Santiago anticipating, staying in front, and heads up defensive play by Will.
Offensive foul is going to be charged to Ryan Humphreys, and he's motioning. That was my fault. So credit Will Santiago, but you saw the foul count, I guess.
Kind of a repeat of the first half. But part of that is Salem just beat you back, right? So we're playing defense behind a lot, behind the guy, and we're trying to catch up that way and swiping at things. So
Brady Peary got the shot off, got his own rebound, but then it looked like he was held. And yes, again, that's only the 4th foul in the second half. Reese Dent's going to take the three-pointer, no good. And that's going to go to Salem Hills.
You see that? He catches the ball and he looks straight up the rim to see if anybody's there.
I've kind of done it too. I started looking down.
Oh, he had a guy wide open in the paint. He's still sitting there.
Yep. Well, he's in the paint a long time, isn't he?
Yeah, he's still sitting there.
So Wasatch comes down with the rebound. Will Santiago is going to drive. Wow. Santiago not afraid of that 6'7" Jackson Nelson. Santiago's going to go to the line. I believe this is his first free throws of the night. Santiago himself with 5 points. Up next, just looking a little bit ahead, up next for Wasatch, as we just heard from Audrey Hull a few minutes ago, Provo High School will be here in the Nest Tuesday night. So another home game for both the boys and girls. And both free throws good for Will Santiago.
I don't know if you had a chance to talk about the boys' RPI yet tonight, but
yeah,
Salem's sitting at number 11. Wasatch is sitting at 31. Provo right split in the middle at 21.
Okay.
So,
okay. Well, and we were talking about a little bit Brady Peary driving with and he's going to get fouled. We were talking about how Salem and Springville have equal region records, but Salem is ranked 4 spots ahead of Springville in the RPI.
And part of that is just strength of schedule.
Strength of schedule, yeah.
Point differentials, scores.
Brady Peary. Nice little soft kiss. About 3 feet, and boy, is he the scoring future of the Wasps.
He's so good at creating for himself. He really is. And as I've seen in a couple of games, as he becomes a threat and the defense will start collapsing, if he can find those open guys.
Three-pointer by Salem Hills.
And be a triple
but
threat
there's
guy.
DeGraff and Reed. How does he do it? DeGraff and Reed finding himself in the right spot. That's just knack. It's just a knack for knowing where to go and being athletic, and he's just physically able right now. He just looks like he's in great shape. And I don't know how much he sat out this game. DeGraff and Reed hits the first.
Just a rhythm player. Just flows with the game rather than trying to force and create, which uses a lot of energy. And
Curry-like is what it reminds me of. Kind of a Steph Curry. So the lead 68-52.
And Salem's going zone in this because it just trying to bait them to make them beat them over the top.
Lewis Hoffman with the pass from Dent.
That's a great.
That's what you can do to a zone, right?
Yep, and then attack from the top. You get the ball penetration is the key. Make it collapse, and if they don't, you got it.
The lead down to 14, but
very well executed there.
Yeah. Very. So this is Caden Hansen. He sinks the first. Add to another strength of Salem Hills. They're a good free throw shooting team as well. In fact, I'm not sure if they've missed a free throw this second half.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Hansen at the line. Hansen himself not showing. Yeah, 6. That's 7 points for Hansen. Wasatch comes down. Falstead's going to call a full timeout. And 1 minute, 50 seconds left. Corey, I know this is a big lead with 1:50, but hey, I've seen crazier things.
If you can get some stops.
Yep.
Right? Getting buckets, getting scores can happen. You can see players get hot, but none of that's going to matter if you can't get stops on the defensive end.
And right now, stops, earlier they were doing it. They got the lead back down to 10.
Yeah.
But they were making stops and scoring. But now it's just making a foul. And so free throws are not going to help at this point. Fouling somebody.
And they're too good a free throw shooting team, Salem Hills, that is, that to put them in line and to start that game, you know.
Right.
And so pick your poison. You're going to foul and put them in line, let them get it there. You're going to stop the clock. Or you try to match buckets is what they've been trying to do. But
so at the timeout, Wasatch down 54-71. I believe it's about 2.5 minutes.
150
remaining
on the clock.
Oh, 150. Oh, okay. Well, it's going a little quicker than I thought.
Just under 2 minutes. Down 17. Wasatch has 1 timeout left, and Salem has 3.
Salem right now, only 2 of their regular starters on the court in DeGraff and Reed and Nelson. After that, it's Caden Hansen, Jaron Biesinger. There's a three-pointer, good. Sam Lind.
That's Sam just creating. He's so good at that. He is one of those players that can create offense on his own. And there's so many times that you can see that he just needs to and feels he needs to and will do it.
Three-pointers what they needed, and now they need their stop. Salem Hills, though, smart, using time off the clock. There's another stop. Turnover.
That comes from Lewis Hoffman playing in the post.
But then a pass away, and Salem Hills is going to end up throwing it out of bounds. So 3 turnovers in that little 5-second span.
So Wasatch is going to clean the bench.
Wow, I would have thought maybe just a couple of more threes.
Well, especially after just calling a timeout 45 seconds ago. I thought he had something he wanted to work on them with, and see. And I don't know. I watched that last offense possession. It was Sam.
Right.
So I was thinking maybe it's a defensive scheme that he wanted to change. But then we just swapped all that out.
Wow. And that's 2 stops in a row. Anyway.
It's kind of fun to see some of these players that don't normally get in the varsity game. Their student bodies, some of their friends cheering them on. See them get a...
I'd announce them in. I don't have number 12 listed on here. 42, Jake Anderson in the game. Number 30, Mitch Witt. He takes a shot, no good. Caleb Smith comes down with it, no good. And also Andrew Krieger into the game. I'm trying to see if I've missed anybody. 42, Anderson, I mentioned. 13, Krieger. And so 30 seconds left.
Just using the clock. Burn it out.
Also, the starters out for Salem Hills as well. We'll try to mention their names. Colby Dykes.
Yeah, so looking forward. We have a game.
Austin Moore. Shot no good. Rebound.
Provo's at home, yeah?
What's that?
Provo's at home.
Yeah, home game Tuesday night, yeah. Shot up by Krieger, in and out, no good. Rebound by Moore. The Skyhawks, and that'll end this game. So, final score, Salem Hills 71, Wasatch 57. And So the Wasatch Wasps will drop to 0-5 on their season. And 3-14 overall. And the Skyhawks will move to 5-1 and 12-17 overall. So once again, we mentioned Wasatch Tuesday night. They will host a home game against Provo, both boys and girls. The Skyhawks, that's a big game. They will host Springville.
Yeah, that'll be a really good one.
That'll be fun to watch. That'd be fun to see. So.
And Springville was hosting Spanish tonight. Provo was at Maple Mountain, and of course Salem is here. No scores have been reported yet, as it is still early.
Looking to see if maybe some of the girls' games have been reported here. If not, I can look on the Max Preps. But while we're just closed here for the next minute, Corey, boys Salem Hills has some strengths, huh?
Yeah, they're very well balanced, well executed. It's a system kind of ball that looks really well. Like they shoot free throws well, they play solid, they beat you back. Like they just look for any kind of little weakness, anything that they can gain an advantage, and they go to it. Very fundamentally sound team, inside, outside. They're good.
So we do have a score here. Springville boys defeated Spanish Fort tonight. So there will remain a tie at the top of the Region 9. Springville 5-1 and Salem Hills 5-1. We do not see the Maple Mountain score, so that's not there. Looks like it has not been reported yet. For the girls, let's see. So it looks like the girls 5A Region 9, those have not been updated either. So Springville. Oh, no, that was from before. Oh, you're looking at Deseret News. There you go. Okay, Maple Mountain. Wow, Maple Mountain defeats Provo. That's big for Maple Mountain.
1 point, yeah.
And Springville defeats Spanish Fork. So that will actually make, for the girls, that will put Wasatch alone. Oh, there, it's updated right now. There, it got updated just a minute. So Wasatch takes over second place. This is the girls. Second place, 4-2 behind Springville. Spanish Fort drops to 3-3, and right there. This is good for them. We talked about this with Audrey Hull. Their goal is to host.
Yep.
And so right now they're in a really good position. Yeah. Now they'll have some tough games still. Provo is going to be a tough game. They lost at Provo.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, and she was talking about the grit of her team. So, but Corey, let's do a wrap up here with the boys. And Wasatch just still looking for that first win. Provo is an opportunity as well, right?
Absolutely. Like I don't see anybody in this region that Wasatch can't beat.
Provo 1-4, so they are just right above. Boy, that would be a perfect
and that was a
time.
close one.
It was,
at Provo. It came down to a last possession.
And boy, how many of those have there been? Last week, same thing happened in overtime.
Yeah.
The boys are just a few points away from possibly having a decent 2 or 3 win right now. You mentioned that last week. So.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Corey, any updates for the rest of Sting TV? I know we've got swimming going on, right?
Region swim tomorrow, all day. Starts at 10:30 here on Sting TV. Check them out. Hosting a lot of teams. So check out that action. And then we'll be right back on Tuesday with girls and boys basketball. I know wrestling is away at divisionals tomorrow. And we'll find those results. And I'm hoping to be able to bring at least state wrestling again. Sting TV, we were able to do that last year. And it was a lot of fun.
Awesome.
It was cool.
So, and once again, looking down the road a little bit for these teams. Tuesday, as you mentioned, the home game. After that, it looks, this is, I got the wrong team up there. No, that's the Wasatch girls. So, yeah, Tuesday night, home game, but then they are at Springville. And you know what? I'm not going to say this. They would love to win, but that's not going to matter. too much, is it? I mean, obviously it would really bolster if they could get a win at Springville. That would be huge for their RPI. But, not necessarily at this point for what they're trying to do. It's those games after that really are very big.
Yeah, because then you got Spanish. They handled Spanish pretty easy. And then you got Maple Mountain at home on senior night. And if you don't play well then and on your own home court on a senior night, then it's your own fault.
So last 30 seconds here, players that stood out for Wasatch boys here tonight. Let's see. I feel like Miles Brown is kind of quiet.
He's been playing solid, but very quiet tonight.
Brady Peary came in off the bench. I thought did a pretty good job. And Connor Hendrickson kind of quiet, but
Sam always does his thing and kind of carries very well. Sam had a solid game, but nobody really jumps out,
Yeah.
On tonight.
Lewis Hoffman came off the bench and ended up with 6 points and some tough defense and rebounding.
But I think the 6 points doesn't show the impact that he has on the floor.
Yeah, true.
Boy, he's I'd like to see him get a few more minutes, but as I think he really changes the game when he's in there.
Reese Dent doesn't. Again, numbers don't tell everything, like you say. He comes in, makes a huge impact, and
he could shoot outside and stretch the floor. But he had a couple really, really nice possessions in the paint, right at the rim tonight. I was kind of proud to watch him do that. So.
Will Santiago came off the bench and did a great job. So
I think tonight, just kind of an overall, everybody played pretty well together. It's just got to put a full stretch through.
And boy, give Salem Hills a lot of credit. They are definitely what is looking like the top team in the Region 9. So
they're like the tide just keeps coming at you.
Yeah. Multiple tools. And, the guys, Wasatch can learn a lot from playing a good team like that.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, once again, final score for the boys. Salem Hills 71, Wasatch 57 here in the Nest. We thank you for joining us here on Sting TV, and we will see. Oh, Corey, great job with everything tonight, by the way.
Thank you,
little
Brent.
Low numbers but they did a great job. So,
yeah, and I love having you.
Okay, we'll see you next time here on Sting TV.